going to be old people. I mean, generally they're going to be older people, and it was kind of lame. But so Ghost was still awesome.
Ghost was great.
And Iron Maiden was great.
So Iron Maiden was fantastic. It was our first Iron Maiden show.
And that was awesome. He's running around. He's like a 67-year-old guy, and he's running around like he's 20, and he's beating up giant eddies. And
they were fantastic. It just sucked they wouldn't get into Ghost. So they're probably what the hell is this?
I mean, we sat next to that nice woman next to us, and she was like, "Wow, this is actually pretty good. Who are these guys?" And we kind of like were,
fangirling them.
Yeah, boning up her skills on Ghost, teaching her who they were, and because she was kind of into them. So hopefully they create some new fans. We're waiting for the 4th album, but we got this live album coming out, hopefully sometime soon.
Yeah.
We're very excited for it. Live, they are amazing.
Fantastic.
Usually not a fan of live albums, but this one I'm kind of excited for.
Yeah, we'll see how that one goes, so we'll keep you all posted.
So we will. Another big thing in rock and roll, and I say this in quotations, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Should just be changed to the Music Hall of Fame at this point, because it's moved away from rock and roll. I mean, you get hip-hop artists, they put country people in there.
I don't think they've done country.
They've done some country.
I'm
pretty sure Johnny Cash is in there.
Yeah, besides him, I mean, he's kind of crosses, and probably same thing with, like, Willie Nelson, but I think they have their own separate Hall of Fame.
Well, they do, but
the
rock and roll still puts these guys in theirs, I
haven't seen, like, too many country artists in there.
Well, the big thing is they started putting hip-hop in.
Yeah, they just start putting hip-hop. Pop gets in there now, like Madonna and Prince.
I think Michael Jackson's in there.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
And nobody thinks Michael Jackson's rock and roll.
I mean, it's basically everything except for country. I'm pretty sure.
There's some country in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got country rock, like the Eagles and things like that, too. So.
Oh, they're considered country rock?
Yeah. Steve Miller Band and all that. It's all country rock. So, we got some of the nominations for this year. We know today that Bon Jovi won the fan vote. So what happens is all the nominations fans get to vote on. But I think this is a pretty new thing recently.
Yeah, this started in 2012. They started letting,
because fans were complaining too much. Because they had no say, or
because they would always bypass like these really cool like bands, and they would put in like, who's that idiot that sings a song about small people?
Randy Newman.
Oh my
God. Another guy who's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but yet like Judas Priest and
there's a lot.
So many better people.
I mean, Kiss, as much as we know your feelings about Kiss,
but they belong.
I mean, it was a travesty, absolute travesty that it took till when are they going 2-3 years ago now?
Yeah.
I mean,
same thing with Alice Cooper.
They started in 1973, and it takes 25 years, which means they could have won it in 98.
Yeah.
Right, if my math is correct. And it took almost 20 years for Kiss to go in. I mean, it's ridiculous. They were at one point during the 70s, alongside Aerosmith, the biggest band in the world.
Yeah.
The biggest band in the world. I mean, the record sales, and I know it shouldn't just be based on record sales, but you got to take that into into account, and their record sales were, it was astronomical. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Enough on
They
that.
finally got in because they heard the fans vote, and it was like ridiculous for them. Yeah. So
it was the same deal with that Canadian band. Was it Rush?
Rush, yep. Yeah, they got through fan vote. Another travesty. Not a huge Rush fan, but
no,
I mean, what they've really done for music, I mean, a power trio. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were like one of the ultimate power trios. Those guys are musician-wise. So they're probably like three of the best musicians at their craft out there. So
so the top 5 from the fan results were Bon Jovi, Moody Blues, Dire Straits, The Cars, and Judas Priest. They were the top 5 winners of the fan vote. So what they do is then whoever's voting on, supposedly these are music historians and whatnot, that vote on who goes into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then it's just weighed a certain way because now you've got the fan vote. So there's a very high chance now that Bon Jovi is going to make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of the fan vote.
How do you feel about that? I think they can go in. I think they deserve to go in. They were really big in the 80s.
They were really big. And I guess us from Jersey. We should support him. So
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
yeah, I think he deserves it. There's a lot of other people on this list that I also think should go in too, but
what really surprises me and kind of hurts my soul is to see Radiohead and Rage Against the Machine, who I have such a high regard for Rage Against the Machine, see them both so low.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be unfortunate.
They fall under like Jay Giles' band and stuff.
Yeah, well, because all these other bands before them kind of... I mean, I think Radiohead and Rage just made it this year. Like, I think this is the year they've been like, they could be nominated.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, you've got people like Judas Priest, Jay Giles, which I'm not a big fan of them, but, Depeche Mode and Moody Blues. These guys have been and even Bon Jovi, they've been nominated so many times. I think people just want to see these older bands that probably should be in there get in. So I think that's why Rage and Radiohead are lower on the list. Or they think Radiohead has a better chance than, say, Jay Giles, which I believe. I'm not a big Radiohead fan. I just like that one album from the 90s.
Okay Computer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I have a strong feeling they may make it in. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So I have a feeling Bon Jovi will get in there. It's sad about Judas Priest. It would be nice to see.
I know, the metal fans did not come out. They finished 5th, but they got absolutely crushed
I don't think
by Bon Jovi.
I don't think they're going to get in. I really don't.
They're shame.
They should get in before... I think anybody should get in before the Cars. I know they had a really good, strong career there for a while in the 80s, but they're, from what I've heard from my parents, and I think my aunt and uncle went to see the Cars, and they said it was like the most boring show they've ever been to. I
never liked them. I did not never like them.
Yeah.
They're kind of that 80s soft rock stuff that I just wasn't into.
So I would be really upset if
what is with their pure hatred of the 80s? I mean, this is something I've been kind of struggling with, but the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame seems to have a pure, absolute hatred for the 80s. I mean,
with
Judas
metal.
Priest, Iron Maiden.
Yeah, they have a hatred for like 80s
Not
metal.
even though. Where's Motley Crue?
That's metal.
Well, I know, but where's Duran Duran? I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah, you won't see them.
They were probably the biggest band of the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody bigger than Duran Duran.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from solo acts like Michael Jackson and Madonna and all that stuff, but I mean,
in
terms of pure band, where's Duran Duran? Where's Def Leppard? I mean, these bands sold...
Yeah. Millions.
Sold
Billions,
so
probably.
many albums. And again, I know it's not just based on sales, but they were so influential.
Yeah.
But they just have and I get it, the hair metal thing is a joke now by a lot of people, and a lot of these Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, I think, are these hipster critics are into...
They're not hipsters, they're just... I think they're old...
They're old guys into the progressive rock and roll.
Yeah, old historians or whatever, and it's just... I think that's why they brought in the fan vote, because people were just getting so annoyed. But you're right, yeah, none of these bands from the 80s...
I mean, if you play a 10-minute song with a 8-minute flute solo in there, well, you're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, God, they're in there?
I'm pretty sure.
Ugh.
But I'm just saying, anybody, I mean, you play, bands like Yes and like Styx and all these ones.
Ugh.
Just,
They're not in there, are they?
I don't think Yes is... Did Yes finally get in?
I don't know.
They've been up for a while,
I think you're right. I think they did last year, actually.
They've been up for a while, but just for them to keep getting considered constantly, it's like... Anyway.
Yeah.
So...
Well, even 90s bands, I don't think Alice in Chains or Soundgarden will ever get in. Or they will, but they'll be dead. Like, and it's already like the shame with Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised next year they'll probably get nominated. And they'll probably win, and I'll get all mad.
We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Alice in Chains and Soundgarden, we always talk about this, but two of the bands that get just totally disrespected.
Yeah. But I don't think you'll ever see them on the ballot. It will be much later on in life if they actually get nominated. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if Nirvana and Pearl Jam are getting in, which they did,
yeah,
how can you not put an Alice in Chains in there? I mean, they were just as good, if you ask certain people's opinion, like mine, probably, maybe just a little bit better, too.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they were awesome. So we'll see what happens. So what are your, what do they usually do, about 5 people they put in, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6, and when they said the results are next week, so
they're doing it Wednesday the 13th, so our next podcast, maybe we'll have the results for you.
Yep, and we'll rage about how we hate everybody that's going in.
So let's each pick, see how correct we can get this. Let's do who are your
gosh.
5 that you think.
Oh, we should write this down.
Who are your 5 that are going in? Yeah, we're going to write down so we have.
Oh, we're taping it, so
for posterity, we are taping it. That means it will be on the internet,
back,
so we can always just go back to it. We are in 2017, Melissa.
All right, I'm going to go with Bon Jovi. This is going to be a passion. I think the Eurythmics should go in. That's just me. Gosh, I would like to see Nina Simone, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. If I'm saying that wrong, I'd like to see them go in. It would be cool to see Dire Straits. I don't think they're going to get in. Moody Blues might go. Those are my top. I think those are the 5 that are going to get in.
Okay. I'm going to agree with you with Bon Jovi. Pretty sure they're getting in.
Yeah.
They're going to choose one of these old 60s ones. So it's either going to be the Zombies or Moody Blues. I think they're going to go Moody Blues.
I think they are too.
So you got 2 there. I think they're going to go with Nina Simone. I agree with you there. I think they're going to go, surprisingly, but critics really love these guys. I think they're going to go Radiohead.
Ugh.
I don't think they did. I like Radiohead, but I don't think they deserve to go in yet.
They don't.
But critics absolutely adore them. I think they're going to get in. So that's 4. And then a 5th one, kind of a surprise. I think you might see an LL Cool J, possibly. They seem to like to do the hip-hop now.
Yeah.
And he is big in with music. Like, he hosts the Grammys all the time and everything.
He's been passed up, I think, a few times now.
Yeah, I think he's been, since 2009, I think he's been able to go in.
Yeah, they bring him up. I think this is like the 2nd or 3rd time they've brought him up, too. So, and he keeps getting overlooked. I mean, it's not like...
So I got some stretches here.
Yeah.
I got some stretches.
Yeah, I think LL Cool J is a stretch, but watch, that'll be the surprise.
You gotta take a risk sometimes. So that's what I'm gonna go with for those. So we talked a lot of music so far this episode.
Yes.
Got some more sports talk coming up.
Yes.
So it's not always going to be sports, but there's a lot of stuff's going on, specifically with the Giants. So
Idiots.
If you're a sports fan, you've all heard this week that the Giants have fired Ben McAdoo and their general manager, Jerry Reese.
As deserved.
Jerry Reese, who is the general manager, has been with the organization for 23 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, different capacities. He's only been the general manager since 2007, I believe. So he was actually there for the 2 Super Bowls. But if you ask any Giants fan, they know he didn't... They won in spite of him. The general manager before him kind of set him up with the team. I mean, his first year was the year they beat the 18-0 Patriots, so he really didn't have control over that. It was kind of set up for him. Then their second Super Bowl, at that point, he was the general manager for like 4 or 5 years, whatever it was. So he kind of had a little bit of control, but he hasn't been very good. Giants fans have been looking for him to go for a while. So they were tied together. The owner, I heard interviewed on the radio, says it has nothing to do with this Eli situation that we talked about last week, but it does. It was just, I don't remember a news thing in the NFL that's gotten so much traction in a long time. I mean, you had other quarterbacks from other teams and coaches from other teams commenting on what the Giants did and how crappy it was that they did to Eli, and it was pathetic, and they were calling the Giants a shame that they did that. What kind of organization? I mean, other teams never comment on other teams' things. It's like an unwritten rule. You don't comment on other teams. Yeah. But for this to happen, it shows how respected Eli is across the league. Mm-hmm. So as much as the owner wants to say, it's because of the record and we're losing, which obviously that has something to do with it, it was the Eli thing.
Oh, totally.
And he even did state he knew the Giants have 3 more home games of the next 4 games, right. And he knew it was going to get ugly. He even said that. He's like, I didn't want to put those guys through what the fans were going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, already fans were ready to stand outside. They weren't going to go take their seats. It was just going to be like an empty stadium with probably other teams there. Or like other fans there, I should say. Yeah,
they were saying it was going to be like almost like a Cowboys home game because all the Cowboys fans were going to take up the tickets from the Giants fans.
Yeah, it probably would have been for the Eagles too, which would have been cool.
Exactly. So luckily, that's hopefully not going to happen.
Yeah, but I actually heard that somebody took out a billboard close to the stadium that said "Shame on you, Big Blue."
Yes,
like
And their biggest lowest point in Giants history. And my dad was there for this. So was my oldest brother. So they can tell you. 1976, somebody took out a plane, rented a plane, flew